Welcome back. WeArEuS, and I checked, and you can't actually copy the saves for this game. So, whenever it was I was talking about possibly cloning the save file to maintain the, I'm pretty sure it was last episode, to maintain the, the temporal stasis effect, wouldn't have worked anyway. Now, as you can see, we are back in the Aerospace Academy. I had a thought. I realized I didn't unlock the shortcut. Well, what turned out to be the shortcut. Remember, we came through here, and then we dropped by this particular thing, or at least we noticed it, but we didn't go through the door. Instead, I went through this door to the room we're about to head to anyway, right now, because I really want whatever's in the gotcha machine. I didn't realize until later when I came back that the shortcut that's obviously here, I didn't unlock. So I had to go the entire way around to get back here. Also, I don't need 2 hours. I don't need two more coils in order to get to this fish head gang member. I only need one. Still, not great. Or was it the other one? In the Architecture Academy. Where is it? Here. It might have been... No. Yeah, I don't think I tried to go to this one. I also need to go here to see if we can actually go through this door or not. Anyway. We're going to be here for a little while. Oh, right. I also realized we have a means of obtaining the extra percentage we need to go through this door and see whatever is to be seen in here. And that is, we have... I checked my inventory. Apparently there's a video or a film in there. I don't know if that was already turned in or not, and it's just sitting in there as a, hey, you got this, or if that's a new one we got. So we'll have to go to our Arcadia and turn that in. Also, there's another film we can buy from, her name escapes me, but the girl we can buy stuff from, not the memo card tech. So we've got a bit of a full day. That is going to... Oh, right. Also, apparently I'm capped on the damage scaling for the memo card that increases your attack based on how much Luminite you have. And I didn't clock when it stopped giving me more damage. So my theory is that it caps out at around 30, somewhere between 35,000 and 40,000. Which means everything we have currently is just bonus, really. Oops, that's not the way I meant for that to go. Hopefully this one doesn't take too long. While I'm thinking about it, Okay. Barely timed that properly. Can't have this guy sitting up here. I have mixed feelings about having done that without temporal stasis active. Oh, that's nice. Yeah, we are in a position where we do need the extra... Well, we can do it this way. We are in a position where we can use the extra slots, although one isn't going to do anything for us whatsoever. But I mean, it's progress towards the ultimate goal of unlocking the entire board and... See, that doesn't feel right. What is this? Anyway. Slightly increases the amount of luminite dropped. I still want more luminite, so it doesn't make sense for me to get rid of this yet. I mean, I know we have 45,000 and we probably shouldn't need any more ever again. But what if we do? You know? What if? So, I mean, we do have a couple of others. I do want to see what this does. So, you know what? For now, we'll run some separate things. Or different ones. Probably that one, but first... Oh, yeah, okay. Oh, that's way too... No. See, this one would be the smart move, but I want more damage. Now, it's going to be a while before we get the last weapon, which I'm assuming is going to be the so-called liquid blade, or whatever it is, that was mentioned by the memo card we got for helping Flora cure Claire? I mean, she was sick, so cure should apply. I'm still not entirely sold on this. Granted, it says it deflects incoming attacks from any direction. Fine. Now I have to remember that I even have it. I find myself tempted to try and upgrade the whip hammer. I really wanted to, I just want it to be really good. Even though outside of the charged attack and maybe it's switch attack, which apply a really good amount of the chrono fluid, okay, its range is, it's got its uses, okay, but the umbrella spear has been really faithful. And I reward the faithful. So, we have Umbrella Spear now at its maximum level of 4, which is an awkward number to stop at, but whatever. The first skill of the Tier 4 is Ascension. Hold X while on the ground to charge up, and then release the button after charging completes. I should probably include that. To perform an upward slash that can deflect incoming attacks. Man, I guess. Does it? I would assume it does damage too. I mean, it says an upward slash. Then we have Retaliation Super. This is for the counter that deflects in from any direction. Nope. That's not. Never blocks attacks from any direction. Retaliation deals more damage and triggers fluid detonation. I notice she has to start Retaliation early. I'm sure I'm not going to like that. I was really hoping this would be a lot better than it turns out that it is. I'll take that one, but I'm not particularly happy. I also have to remember we are not making as much Luminite. So where are we going next? Oh, right, we have to see if we have a film to turn in. So the one I have in my inventory is in fact a holdover. And I could really use the extra. Wait, what's our attack at right now? Well, what's our damage? Wrong one. Hold on. Literally 1 point. I can do so much else with that slot. One extra point of damage means nothing at this point. So go get hit. Yeah, it shouldn't be too far from here. It should be, yeah, right here. Thank you. I know I could have tested it out on him, but just to be on the sorry, what? We get nothing. Our percentage is at 100%, so long as we have at least one chrono shell. But if it's empty, you don't get anything? If it's empty, you should get the maximum buff, but one is, it's one of the ones we have equipped. Now we have the full heal. Test if the damage is different. If not, it means that it definitely doesn't work. If your chrono shell is at 0. Once more. One more. Having over 100 chrono shell feels kind of nice. I'm sorry, hold on. Are you trying to tell me that we now deal a base 30 damage with our normal attacks? Well, ignoring the effects of the memo card we're currently testing. We currently deal a base damage of 30. And frankly, the only reason it's that high is because we got the upgrade for the umbrella. Otherwise, it would be lower. But now that we have the upgrade, we're basically on par for the damage we normally do with the memo card that drops our chrono shell to 1. If you ignore the extra 4 points of damage that actually appears to be granting us. So I could actually just ignore that memo card entirely, have a chrono shell of 115, and take, what was it, 3 hits from lesser enemies. Granted, the healing is going to be expensive as tits, so I'm tempted to actually keep the other memo card. Because as we've seen, you really only need one, right? You only need one HP for your Chrono Shell, if you play well enough. Anyway, back to the main focus of the moment, and that is, how is this memo? Do I even have it equipped? Is that the issue? Do I not have the memo card equipped? Did I think I put it on and I didn't? Because it's this one, and it very much looks like it's equipped, but it's not doing anything. What is going on here? There's no difference here whatsoever, and I'm deeply confused. The description is very clear. There's no mistaking what can be going on, what should be going on here. But it's not working like that. Or at all, honestly. And I mean, it occurs to me it could be an issue of having scaling things equipped like this memo card as well, and it's just for some reason programmed that you can't have multiple scaling memo cards active or equipped at the same time and have their effects both work, which doesn't make any sense because that's freaking retarded. So I'm going to assume, for my personal sanity, that that is not what's happening here, and that this is instead bugged or just broken in some manner. In which case it can go home. It sucks that it has to be done like that, but not enough for me to care. It's a shield that blocks an instance of damage. Maybe once we unlock the second slot, well, that next slot anyway, I'll try that out. I don't care for an extra 1 damage. Oh, right. Okay. So I was about to freak out at how much damage that does, but honestly, it's not that impressive. Oh. Okay, that's a thing that happens. So basically the damage we did there. Oh, so that's how you know she's got the charge to do the extra damage on the next chrono fluid detonation. She's got the little electrical charge. I like that. I can appreciate that. Visual indicators are nice, especially when they're subtle enough, like just like this. Anyway, the charged attack only deals 143 damage, and we get that just doing normal basic attacks. So the cooldown for that extra chrono fluid damage or detonation damage is actually, what, 3 seconds? Yeah, I can put that to use. Granted, the damage itself is butts. I mean, it would be a whole lot better if the damage itself was applied directly to the chrono fluid detonation rather than tickling the enemy for negligible damage after the fact. Apparently that damage is not affected by any of the stuff I have currently equipped, which deals significant damage to its viability going forward, because you'll, as enemies get stronger, you want things that scale so it doesn't feel like it's lagging behind or holding you back. No, it's because I'm hitting the wrong button. Trying to swap weapons mid-air. You get that extra damage. Okay. Then we have... That's not right. Anyway, right. So we sort of have to buy that video, or the film. I remember to... Screw it. Saya. I knew her name started with an S. Sure wish she got new stuff in her shop, though. Solar System Travel Guide is a sci-fi delight. The movie is brimming with homages to classic sci-fi films. Each pack surprises, but for those who can't connect with it, the plot might seem a bit too predictable. I'd give it an 8 out of 10. I'm still at 17. Let me go check something really quickly. Yeah, so about 35,000 is the damage cap. It might be less than that, but I don't want to go any further beneath it. So we did that for nothing, and I'm not going to let that stand. Well, that puts a bit of a wrinkle in things. Okay, so its damage... The tickle damage does apparently scale with what we have equipped, which is not a good sign because the damage is just so incredibly low. So very low. But at the very least, I know now that should I feel like it, I could at the very least unequip my... Well, unequip the... What's the name of it anyway? Yeah, tastes like wax. I could unequip this and then just go at enemies like that, but... Well, at the very least, the upward slash does do damage. I appreciate that. I don't know if it's probably the DPS probably is about even between using it as the main damage source and just relying on basic attacks. Now, if there was crit, if crit was an option in this game, then the basic attacks, which would have a much higher chance of critting, given that it's multiple hits, would be a more viable option. Granted, depending... Oh, right. I forgot this thing was up here, and I'm not sure how we would get behind it. That's why I've got that marked as a possible objective. I did go back and talk to one of... Not you. I did go back and talk to this consciousness fragment, but it's... There was nothing to it. What else did we have to... Oh, right. So these other paths in this area I want to take a look at. Especially this one. I don't remember why we didn't go here. So the fastest way to get there is actually to take the train back to Centra and walk. No, it's not. Okay, yeah, we can take this train there then. Let's do that. Wait, for some weird reason it wants me to come down here. The umbrella... No, off. Has the little pedals leading down here, even though the main objective is up here. I'm sure there's going to be another umbrella that probably is going to lead us up here. We're not going to do that, though. I want to see what's down here. Now, I've tested that on multiple enemies. Up to this point, we've only traveled a couple of screens from the train itself. Oh, right. I didn't. I noticed the laser there, and I didn't. All at the same time. Yeah. It's about how high we actually reach normally, isn't it? It's a natural reaction. You can't blame me for that. I don't like it here. First things first, this guy has to go. That's weird. It usually hits it for 91. No idea why it took 128 damage there. I guess the ones on this side just have more health. I also have to remember that we have retaliation. Hello there, kind girl. May I ask you something? Apparently it's a vending machine, so... Frankly, the voice could be anything. It was a talking vending machine asking me about another student. Yes, she used to come by every day at the same time to buy a bottle of cherry juice, but suddenly she stopped showing up. Maybe she just got tired of it. Impossible. She told me herself that 70% of her body's fluids are made of cherry juice. She can't go a single day without it. I asked how long it had been since she last came. My records show she hasn't bought any cherry juice for over 10,000 days. Either this machine is broken or that student has already graduated. Now, don't feel sorry for them that they couldn't fight back. Or let me make sure I note that there is... Oh, we're sort of screwed here, aren't we? We need the marker for this. We're sort of screwed here, huh? We have to go up because I can't break that barrier. Noted. Well, I hate the idea that I have to go up here because I don't have that other weapon. Or whatever it is that breaks those barriers. But I don't have to go that way right now. Oh, hi there. Right, this is the wrong weapon. Oh, yeah. Glad I got that taken care of then. That sucked. That's how that was supposed to go. We need to drop this section. like it. What? Okay. Well, at least it didn't take as long as it could have, I guess. Okay. I'm sorry. What, mate? Right. I need to wait for it to recharge. I could have died there. Oh, I was wondering why I couldn't heal. I could have died there. I took damage. Oh, okay. Really quickly. No, I'm not satisfied. Really quickly. This one has the interesting stuff on it now. Okay, noted. I'm sorry. What? There... What? What? There's no way this can work. No, there's just not enough space in between. What the frick? Oh, there is a little bit of space in between those at the end there. I've got to be in the perfect spot. Since I come back to this side, let's actually make sure that's going to be the case. Robot buyer's feedback. Hey there, bud. PE000. Greetings. This is Service Robot PE000. How may this robot assist you? Aren't you planning to attack me? This robot could engage in an attack if you insist, but this robot would suggest against it. So what do you do then? What are you doing here? This place was once the factory where this robot was created. Staying here invokes a sense of nostalgia. Ah, this was the one involved in the peanut allergy incident. I say that, but did I actually... I remember a couple of references to servant robots, but I don't specifically remember this peanut allergy one. Is there anything? It's weird he's just sitting there. He's probably for something, and I don't know what. I have no idea how to get to that guy. I remember a reference to a serial number being 000 for the keepsake we got from Clara's robot, android, whatever. We need to go up another level. Okay, here's hoping. Yeah, okay, so this way was blocked by lasers. Now it's not. Ooh, that is the temporal coil that we need too. Okay. Let's see. So when I drop down, I have to dash, then jump and cling to the wall. Okay. Having this extra temporal coil changes everything. So, let's start by... Hold on. Oh yeah, we can go down there now. Oh, right. Okay, yeah. Sure. Oh, and yeah, I died, and rather than go back to the checkpoint and lose all of the progress we made up to that point, which was also talking to PE000, I went back to Arcadia. In so doing, I had the opportunity to remove the memo card that caused us to explode when we took damage, and instead put on the one that grants us a shield that blocks an instance of damage when we detonate chrono fluid. Ah, I see where this is going. And it'll be worth it. Fingers crossed. As you can see here. Ooh, just barely. We've already fought your kind, buddy. You've got nothing for us. Also, we hit him for 60 per hit of that. We only have 4 temporal coils. Should we just go find somewhere to die and come back and see? You know what? I'm going to actually do that. No need for you to even reply. Man, that does not feel good, by the way. Oh. Okay, sure. Oh, we were protected by the... We were protected by the shields from it. Okay, so that's actually pretty cool. The shield blocks any damage, even unblockables, which is, frankly, tremendous. Oh, right, I forgot about this guy. We get a long-ranged attack, or at least some form of a ranged melee strike, something that allows us to hit this guy from here. Now, I don't know what it is, but I'm willing to bet it's from the liquid weapon that we still don't have. Because nothing else I have access to can do what's currently necessary. Anyway, I'm just trying to waste more coils so we can go back down there and kill the robot. You know what? No, we're going to... Okay. I haven't been in this area before. Yeah, I definitely have not been here. Yeah, this is blocked by that thing there. Hey there. Fine. Okay, let's see if we get more than one Temporalis. Actually, I think the charged attack could be more efficient in applying the chrono fluid than the melee attacks, because all of that damage that the melee attacks spread out over the, let's say, 2 seconds it takes to get to the final hit, the charged attack gets done with the majority of that, well, a good part of that, minus maybe 20 damage in half the time. Yeah, that's maybe a second, 1.2 seconds worth of charging. Okay. And how much do we get now? Watch it still be 1. Can I find it? Student terminal. No. It's not memo card. It's not under weapons. Maybe it's in the database. It doesn't look like it is. So I was looking for the information that told us that the temporal stasis would increase the drops that are awarded from certain enemies being defeated. Now, according to memory, the way it was stated was that it would just be, from what I remember, that you would basically get better rewards from any enemy defeated while temporal stasis was in play. unless it increases what is the word? The luminite we get from them. I'm not seeing it. So, from what I'm seeing here, and we already know from beating that thing previously, you only get one Temporalis. So there is no reason whatsoever for me to ever fight anything with temporal stasis active. And that makes me sad. I don't mind a hard fight if I have to. I was going to say cough, but that's what I just did and I cut that out. I don't mind a hard fight if I'm getting better rewards for it, which is the entire point of playing on the harder difficulty. It feels more rewarding once you've outlasted the struggle of a hard fight. But Temporalis makes hard fights harder. Granted, they're not that hard without temporal stasis being in play. And as long as I'm not being stupid, even with temporal or the stasis active, the difference between certain fights is negligible, so long as it's just the single enemy. I don't understand why this isn't working like it stated it should be working. And I have nowhere I can find this information, and it bothers me. Handcrafting everything. Inflicts fluid coating on nearby enemies, but continuously drains Chrono Shell. Okay. Yeah, sure, why not? Oh, right. How long have we been recording? It's frickin' hour and a half almost. Okay, so this episode we won't fight the final administrator. We can do two things. Well, three things, technically. We can find we can go contact the two Fishhead gang girls. And then we can finish Amber's task as well. Oh, and by the way, I found out that you can only complete that quest by gathering all of the... I don't remember what they're supposed to be. Peppers, I guess. At once, and then taking them to Amber. But I know how to do it. I just have to remember. So, let's see. We'll lose 2, but it's to test something new. It's fine. I need to see how this actually works. See, the way Design Blueprint, by the way this works is not the way its description says it works. The way it says it works is that it's going to cause a next fluid detonation to deal extra damage. That would be the purple number that pops up. But instead, what it actually does is that it triggers, let's say, a slight shock that deals a tiny amount of damage. Well, I say tiny, but we deal, 14 more damage? No, about 9 more? No, 11 more damage than what it currently deals. And I would rather have a fluid detonation that deals higher amounts of purple damage than an extra 20 worth of normal damage that doesn't really matter. That said, it's still extra damage, so as long as I can fit it in and there's nothing better for that slot, I may as well, right? But I don't like how it works because it doesn't follow the description. Anyway, we need to remove you. Then I have mixed feelings about this. I'm waiting because I wanted to get the Chrono Shell lower so I can see how much I actually heal it for. That's not good. Let's try this against an actual enemy, shall we? Yeah. I have mixed feelings about this. You off. maybe if the area of effect for that was larger. I just wanted to fix her clothes. Her clothes were still damaged as if, well, she was at 50 some odd chrono shell. Okay, so now that we've done the testing for the new memo card, we have this one. I don't know if we can actually get to that one realistically. I'd have to keep an eye out for temporal coils along the way. Oh, there's also this room. Let's see about that. No, we have to go right then up. Really? I could have just come down here? Two birds, one stone. I see the drop down there. And nothing else of value. Okay. It has been a really long time since I last spoke. But, well, it hasn't been that long. It's maybe it's been about 10 minutes. Yeah, about 10 minutes. I went to Centra. And starting from here, I went all the way down here. I can't reach this fish head, the fish head gang member until, or is it club? I don't care. Unless I get another temporal coil. I can't do it without one more. So I took some time to try and remember where the other one we found was, and then I remembered it was from here. So I came up here. I used to dream of being a pilot. Then I injured my knee during a test run, but thanks to the Fishhead Gang, I've discovered my new calling. What, not getting me 18%? What the actual frick? I got 0.03% from her? The frick? That's extremely annoying. Right, Amber. Okay. Okay, so Amber is in the biology academy. let's make sure we mark this properly so we know where to go. Since we're here and there's a bird near us, we may as well gather that up, right? Yeah, so we're gathering peppers from these things somehow. What is our next location? Isn't the other one? Yeah. Okay. And this marker is here because there's a temporal coil we can pick up along the way, which will cut what we're doing by an hour. Also, I discovered I can enter the map and we'll still arrive where we're going. So time behind the map progresses, even though under normal circumstances it's paused. Ooh, almost went the wrong way. Now, could I just show this quest being completed, or just get us to the very end where it's basically done? Yeah, I could do that. There we go. Not a fan of the fact that getting hit still moves you. But what can you do? We won't need this marker anymore. This thing. Hope not. It is the strangest feeling to have your controls just say, yeah, you're not doing anything when you leave the map. Ugh. And then we head over to the biology section, right? I'm pretty sure that's where the last one is. Yeah, I think we can make it. Almost went the wrong way. I mean, we need to be over there anyway to get to Amber, but still. And it seems like we're a little close on the time, but we're not actually. It's just right. Get the bird? Yeah, we definitely did. Okay. Finally.
Ooh! Perfect. These are exactly what I needed. You're a pro at gathering ingredients, Kotama. Hang tight. I'll start cooking right away. Now, embrace your fresh new form. Ta-da! Succulent eggplant paired with roasted chili peppers. A delightful blend of fresh and spicy. That's Amber's special veggie fry. Enjoy it while it's hot. I'm digging in. This is nothing like the canned food I'm used to. So many flavors, both sweet and savory. Looks like you've uncovered the wonders of delicious food too, Kotama. Food isn't just about filling you up, it's about reliving memories through taste. The mix of sweet and sour, those burning paralysis and freeze sensations, memories are flooding back. These intricate flavors, I won't forget them anytime soon. That'd be nice, although your remarks seem a bit odd. Still, seeing you enjoy it so much is rewarding in itself. As a thank you for helping me with this dish, I have a little something for you.
Ooh. A very little something, in fact. But I will put it to good use, when I get another one. Oh, there isn't a point in me walking, is there? Where's the other bird? I'll leave the markers for the... I'll leave the markers for the time... the temporal coils that are just out in the wild. Our next objective is back to the Aerospace Academy. As always, I am going to check all of the walls because I don't believe in them. Guess I have to talk to her then. There we go.
handled with aplomb.
I don't like that word, by the way. I like the way it's spelled. I don't like the way it's pronounced. Okay. I wasn't paying attention. Oh, that sucks. Then you. One more. And we grab this. There we go. Beautiful. I just wanted to watch him suffer. Actually, I'll leave him alive. have 7 left. How many does this need? Looks like 7. I sure love that that takes as long as it does. I'm lying, of course. Where are we? Okay. We don't need to go that way. I don't think I've ever actually been in that, through that door. Okay. I wonder if this is where we can get the engine from. Cycle 100. Writing a diary in a time loop is admittedly a meaningless act. After all, once the day ends, everything will reset to its original state, this journal included. Yet, to maintain my perception of time, this seemingly futile practice remains necessary. At the very least, it reminds me of how I ended up in this situation. First, I must acknowledge that testing the chrono engine ahead of schedule was rational. However, I managed to contain the incident to a minimal scope. Only I was ultimately affected. While the time loop enveloping the canvas is undeniably linked to chrono fluid, it holds no direct causal connection to the experiment that trapped me in this state. In fact, without that experiment, I would be like every other student, treating each day as entirely new with memories never carrying over. That accident made me an outsider to the time loop. I'm unsure whether this is fortune or misfortune. I now have ample time to prove the last great conjecture in world mathematics and solve equations that once troubled me one after another, yet this endless cycle will erase every achievement, forcing me to start over. Therefore, I refuse to remain passive. As head of the Energy Club in the Aerospace Academy, no one understands chrono fluid better than I do. If even I cannot resolve this crisis, there's little hope for anyone else. That was another entry in Pamir's diary. I think it's Pamir's? I don't like the way that sounds, though. Oh, look.
You're here, Kotama. I've been waiting here forever. Pamir's? Yes, I'm Pamir's, but not the one from this current timeline. I come from the future. No need to delve too deep into that. I'll vanish soon anyway. Vanish? No worries, it's just time and space getting back to normal. The Pamir's in the current timeline is in desperate need of the chrono engine, right? So please, just pass it on to her. Even though it's partially damaged, I definitely will find a way to repair it. And it's great to meet you again, Kotama.
That is the weirdest pocket pussy I have ever seen. And yet, chrono engine damaged. An aerospace engine developed by the Aerospace Academy. It achieves miniaturization by compressing chrono fluid, but was damaged in a lab accident. It's currently inoperable, but perhaps Pamir's can repair it. And there we go.
Did you know high-achieving seniors can intern at a space station after graduation?
Space station. I recall it's a facility in space.
I heard it's at the L3 Lagrange point, the farthest location from Earth within the solar system. Why choose somewhere so remote? Well, maybe there's research that can only be done there. All I know is the seniors who went up who went there ended up staying long term. Do you want to go too? Me? I'd rather stay on the ground. That place feels too far away. Not in terms of distance, but spiritually. What do you mean? If someone spends their whole life on a space station, can they still be considered an Earthling? The answer, of course, is yes. Because it's not about how long you've been wherever it is you are. It's about where you come from, where you were born. But I'll allow her to have her question. I suppose so. But if they've never walked on real soil, never felt a natural breeze, never connected with people on Earth, wouldn't they be like an alien? Wait, okay, I guess what her previous question was if included birth. So yeah, if they were born on a space station, no, they're a stationite. We don't take too kindly to station nights around here. You hear? I struggle to follow her train of thought. Even though the Aerospace Academy is dedicated to sending people into the stars, is that really the right path? I can't help but wonder.
Oh, no wonder why. I accidentally flipped the controls. Okay, good. We got... Right. So we got the engine now. Let's make sure we don't miss anything. Another area with a high... Okay, this should be a lot of... That's rather frustrating. I mean, if I was going to take the hit anyway, I may as well test the wall, right? This feels kind of awkward, like you're groundhogging a turd. If you've never heard that phrase, that terminology before, you missed out on a great movie. That's terrifying. I want to check if this wall underneath here is real. Bad news. That is... I mean, I was holding the button to make her pull out the umbrella while she was falling. It did not work. There we go. And screw you. I probably should have tested those walls, huh? Well, he's dead now, so I can't do anything about that. Why are you guys even there? That is weird. I guess to provide threats that prevent you from jumping around freely. Ooh, I wonder if this will connect over here. Tempting. Though this probably is going to be permanent. So... You okay? You need a moment? Got a hot tip on a new sailfish item. I'll be the first to grab it. Posted at 4:30 in the afternoon. Yeah, I'm almost willing to bet that this connects to this wall here. Upsetting. And again, we can't go down. I'm willing to accept that outcome. There we go. Ooh, and it's right here at the bottom, too. Okay. So, we'll have to reset the timer. So let's get all of this other stuff done. Starting with this one all the way over here. Pretty sure this is it. Should finally be over. Cycle unknown. I understand now. What trapped me was never time, but my own consciousness. Chronofluid can shatter the limitations of common sense imposed on the mind. If I can disperse my awareness across every point in time, scattered through every corner of the campus, then when she returns, or when others like her arrive, they may piece together the fragments of my journals and find a way to save me. We're missing part 5, at least. is upsetting. There we go. Oh, so it just puts you back above it. I suddenly have a hankering for spaghetti. I just got like a whiff of something spaghetti-like. I'm the only one in the house, by the way. So it's a little bit of a mix of thrilling and terrifying. There might be something in there. Oh, we can just use that thing, huh? No need to make this more complicated than it needs to be. I should have tested the wall. I don't know what that is, but I'm going to kill it. Okay. Oh, he's a boss. That explains everything. Oh, he's one of those guys. Mother fricker. There's literally nothing I could do there because I was in the air. Though, to be fair, and ignore all of that rhyming, I noticed it too. To be fair, once I got hit the first time, I was on the ground. I could have stayed there, but I didn't have any time to heal. So... two pieces, and as we know, through all what the frick? Through all of my complaining, that's all we're going to get. The Night of Karma. After Earth falls under a sudden assault by Jovians, hundreds of students hastily evacuate aboard a new model of human interstellar battleship. Fleeing their pursuers, they pilot the ship's combat robots to fight back against the enemy. Through the dangers they face, the film holds up a metaphorical lens to contemporary societal problems, making it a work that richly rewards repeat viewings. If you say so. At this point, we have enough. How the frick do I even... There we go. At this point, we have enough money that we can just go ahead and buy the other film that Saya has. Because why the frick not, right? Let's make sure. Ah, crap, she's not. That one's not here. Make sure to lose that. There we go. Wasn't well done, but it's done. I think we can head back to the train from here. Everything else appears to be... Right, that's locked. I remember it like it was yesterday, even though it was today. So we head down from the particle collider. Yeah, we can get here with plenty of time to spare. And by here, I mean here. I'm busy gathering up the items Sailfish left behind, like the backpack she dropped. I pretty much got everything I need this time. Let's head back home. She says to me as if we know each other. Wait, why did he slide with me? That's weird. I slid away from him in order to go slap on that other thing. That's super weird. We also have to give Premier's her engine. So, real quick, let me kill you. We are at 20% of the votes. Maybe? No, let's go deal with Premier's thing first. Okay. because I can.
Is this the engine you're looking for? Yes, that's it. Let me take a closer look. What's up? It's coming back to me. Yes, now I remember. It was a lab accident that caused my memory loss. Now that I've recalled what happened, my top priority is to repair this chrono engine. I remembered how to get to the chrono lab. Let's meet there.
Wait. It's the assembly workshop. Crap, I have to go all the way down there now. Fastest way. Yeah. Okay. What are you doing here? I've never come across that fragment before. No. I almost died.
Here, Kotama. I'm glad you didn't keep me waiting forever. It feels like we just had a chat like this not long ago. I've heard this from some other students. Has another me also appeared in this chrono lab? Yeah, you're both familiars, but the presence you carry feels totally different. It's a bit strange hearing others talk about me that way. Well, since you're already aware of the multiple versions of me, guess I don't need to explain in detail anymore. I found a way to restore my memories. Help me round up all those Pamirs, Kotama. Wait, round them up? Correct. Those Pamirs are basically fragments of my consciousness born from the accident. If left unchecked, they would naturally dissipate. But if that happens, my memories will never return. So, Kotama, please bring them all back to me. I see. I'll lend you a hand. Thanks so much, Kotama. I'll get a gift ready for you. I've repaired the chrono engine. With it, you can safely store those consciousness fragments. That's... So it's a consciousness pussy? Okay. Alright. There are 5 consciousness fragments currently unaccounted for, but none should have left the Aerospace Academy. I believe you'll retrieve them all soon. Sounds a bit like an abduction, but I'll handle it.
The repaired chrono engine. 0 out of 5. An aerospace engine developed by the Aerospace Academy. It achieves miniaturization by compressing chronofluid and can be used to capture escaping consciousness fragments. There should be 5 still wandering within the campus. So, in the Aerospace Academy, we have... Screw it. That one. That one. And I'm assuming I have to do all of this before stasis takes place. I'm not entirely sure that's possible. That one's all the way over there. That's 3 accounted for. Man, if... No, one won't be in here. This is obviously... We've done this so many times, I know what this is. This is another wave-based fight and a gotcha machine over here. So I know Pamir's consciousness fragment won't be in there. But I think we only have 4 of them accounted for. It's 1, 2, 3, and the 4th one is here. I wonder if the 5th one would pop up in the lab. They seem to prefer popping up where there's stuff like in the room with them. I guess we can go collect this one and this one. Oh, and we get Luminite for it. So we might be able to do this regardless. I'll leave the marker there in case they actually do reset. I'm not sure it's worth reading what she has to say. I was just expecting that they'd say the same thing they said before, and then they'd get the suck, and that would be it. But apparently, they've got things they want to communicate before they go. So I guess I'll let them phone home.
What's up with this number?
And the number, if I'm not mistaken, was 15532.
I keep repeating a number that feels important to me, but I'm not sure what it means. What does this number have to do with me? I just can't figure it out. Forget it. I'm overthinking. Let me borrow your chrono engine for a bit.
And she's gone. If I hadn't tried to attack, we would have been fine. Guess we can go to this one up here. There we go. Hit the wrong button. Well, we're about to find out if it resets or not. Nope. The sucking is permanent, so we can remove these markers once they're dealt with. Trying to figure out where the last one is. But if it turns out she's behind one of the barriers that we can't break yet, there's literally nothing we can do. But I know she's not behind that one. The only one that's possible is this one. And everywhere else, I'm trying to remember where we've been that we've had temporal coils still active. Because once stasis happens, we don't see the fragments anymore. But since we're up here, we can just go straight across. Okay. You want some, you get some. Hold on.
Finally, you're here. All that waiting was worth it. My name is WeArEuS, the head of the Energy Club at the Aerospace Academy.
Q. That it went by too fast, so I'm not sure what word he used. But when I put that WeArEuS in the consciousness pussy, Guide had something to say about it. And I quote, "One day, Kotama, you'll be a WeArEuS," I'm pretty sure it was WeArEuS spawn master. That's cute. So you see the room this consciousness was in and the room this one was in, both look the same. So I spent some time looking around the map for other rooms that looked like that, but I haven't seen any. Also, the room this consciousness fragment is in looks different from those other two, so I don't know. So far, the only consistent detail is that they're all in a room with something else that acts as a sort of marker, like this thing here. So that's what I want to keep an eye out for, but part of me acknowledges that there's a chance that one is just going to pop up somewhere it hasn't been before, or that I at least haven't noticed. Which makes me sad. Anyway, we need to keep going right. I've got so much luminite, I don't need to fight anyone I don't want to. Oh, this path sucks. If this looks like it's going to turn into a hassle, I am just going to go the long way around. Well, can't hit me from over here. I was wrong, and I acknowledge my sin.
Elaine? Yes, she and her robots are really impressive. I don't know why, but just hearing that name makes me so angry.
And then she gets in the ball. Which is starting to look pretty gross right about now, as you can see. Now comes the problem. I don't know where the last one is. And we've got 4 temporal coils left. This is where the map was. These two look like they should be connected, but whatever. There has to be one over here in this section somewhere, right? There has to be, somewhere. But I don't see any unique markers that would say that there is. Like something that isn't usual. There was one here and one here. There's also another one here. One, two, three, four, five. Right? So then there has to be one in the lab, right? There has to be. No, that's where we got the thing we needed to cure Claire. We don't really have much other choice, right? So let's reset, and then we'll head to a couple of places I suspect. Wait, did I really come through here and not notice this? Yes, is the answer. Glad this room is large enough that I can do that. What do you mean? But whatever, I'll take it. That's the one we need in order to get to the other fish head, no, sailfish gang? Yeah, sailfish gang girl. That's an awful way. That is just an awful collection of words, by the way. But you know what I mean. No premieres, though. But we did find something worthwhile. I did not hit that on the way through, so if I had died, I would have been really upset. Where am I headed to next? I still have to go to the lab. Okay. Okay, I checked around everywhere that I thought. Yeah, everywhere that I thought she could be. I ran all the way over here, as you can plainly see. I went down here. I went through here. I didn't go back over here because I don't remember there being we didn't even have temporal stasis active, so if the other consciousness were in here, we'd have seen her. So, I mean, unless she's beyond this one of the barriers that we can't break yet, I can actually get rid of that now. It's possible she could be up here somewhere that I wasn't paying attention, but I don't think so. Anyway, we're back in Centra because I want to head over to her, pick her up, and then go back to they are actually called the Fish Head Gang, not the Sailfish Gang. And we'll head back to their base and see what happens. From there, we'll pick up the last film from Saya, turn that into the President, along with the other one that we have. And that will be the end of today's episode. I don't know what we'll do next episode, aside from fighting the last administrator. But we'll figure that out then. Well, at least we got him there before he got the laser off. She's on this level. Go. Don't need that. I was actually part of the crew that built Planet Ibis. That is an awful fish head, by the way. You should be ashamed. You know, it's occurred to me. There exists a chance that the only thing I actually get from these guys is the painting in the back, which I do need to complete the set in order to unlock the gachas for the memo card expansion and the memo card beyond it. Ooh, I forgot about this. So this is where we get the weapon from. Crap, we've been going so long without it, without coming back here. What lies beyond? Let's find out. It's a long episode anyway. You know what? No. In fact, I'm going to end the episode here. Because if I don't, I'm going to end up with one really long episode when I need to be recording two decent sized episodes, since today is Saturday. So I'm going to stop here. It pains me to do so, but I have to. And I am really upset that it took me this long to come back here, because I did not mark the door or that grate that we can use liquefy to get through. I'm upset at myself. If I had marked that, I would have come back here to check on it repeatedly. Just any kind of mark would have me come back here way sooner than we have. We've gotten 72% of the map explored, and I'm just now coming back here and only because we got two of the girls. No, I think we got all of the ones I'm aware of currently. The other one was through Centra. Yeah, so we just picked her up. And there's nothing that should be there for. So yeah, we got that done. And now all that remains is to finally get the liquid weapon, the final weapon of the game, so we can break through the barriers and hopefully scour this map for all of the secrets that remain. And well, I'm pretty sure there's a good ending and a bad ending to the game, and I have no idea what the conditions are for either. But I feel like helping premieres is probably along the lines, is probably going to go a long way towards making the good ending, the ending we get. Speaking of endings, I still have to go back and play Mio, Memories in Orbit, and get the good ending for that, because we got the bad ending, without question. There are two endings, almost certainly. And we got the bad one. I suspect that if you haven't watched that playthrough, what I say next isn't going to make any sense. You should watch it because Mio is actually a really good Metroidvania too. This one has its issues, but Mio is flawless. And it has incredible music. Like, I gush about the music through the entire playthrough, so if you haven't seen it, I already added, I'm pretty sure I added to the end of the videos, that the videos that pop up at the end of the episode. I'm pretty sure I added it to those. I'll be really upset if I haven't. If I remember. Anyway. Nevertheless, I hope you guys have enjoyed yourselves and everything you've seen here. We will be back tomorrow with another episode, I promise, because I'm about to record it right now. It's going to be shorter because this one was longer. And I've got anime to get to, and not a few either. I've got not 60. I think it's the high end of 40s. Something past 45 to watch. And I want to get into that as far as possible because I have pizza to eat, okay? It's in the freezer, but I want to get deep enough into the anime, the list of anime that I watch. No, list isn't right. Regardless, I want to get as far into that list of anime that I have as possible. so I can have some pizza before I go to sleep. And then I can finish the other, I hope to get through half, on Sunday night, and have nothing to do Monday night. Except wait anxiously for the workday that follows to approach. But I don't have to think about that right now. Right now, it's time for us to part ways. Unless you're watching the playlist, in which case, you should probably just go ahead and skip to the next one right now. And so, with all that said, we will see you next time.